Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. Pressure is good in Forex trading. Why would I do a video saying that pressure is good? Don't we want to release or have less pressure? Well, that's true. But as Martina Navratilova, the famous tennis player, said, that pressure is a privilege of success. This gets into some of the, I don't mean to be, philosophical about things, but in the process of nature around us, the yin yang, that there can't be all bad and there can't be all good. There's a flow between good and bad. There's a top side of a piece of paper and a bottom side of a piece of paper in order for the paper to exist, that sort of thing. And so the pressure that you may feel in trading that you're looking at as a bad thing is a good thing, because as Martina said, that it's a privilege of the fact that you're trading to the extent that you feel the pressure. Now, we might call that excitement instead of pressure in order to pull things more into perspective. If you feel pressure in trading, you shouldn't be trading, because you're going to make the wrong decisions. Making decisions in real time with a lot of money at stake can be heart attack producing unless you look and have perspective over the pressure. The trading isn't causing the pressure. You're causing the pressure. So why not make it good pressure instead of bad pressure? Why not make the pressure and look at the pressure as a privilege of success? The pressure that you are tuned in to the heartbeat of the market and making decisions that some will lose money and some will make money, but as a good trader, overall, you'll make money. And if you're a really good trader and you have your emotions in check and you're looking at this privilege as a success, then the money that you make will be far greater than what other people are able to make. Look, the odds are 90% against retail traders, the folks that get in. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody is stupid. It just simply means that they have maybe the incorrect information. Maybe the education that they're consuming is not as good as it could be. There are solutions to that. And I think that's what's causing the pressure that people are feeling as a negative, is that they don't know something, and that creates them to react in a pressurized manner, that they're scrambling in real time to try to figure something out. The purpose of a trading plan is to step back from all of that stuff and to outline your actions in certain conditions of the trade, of the market participation that you're going to have. If you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that because of my software engineering degree, I looked at the currency market as a problem. And I took the software development lifecycle, which is the SDLC, which is a very complex process that software engineers use to solve even more complex processes. But the software development lifecycle is an ordered stepping process to resolve those problems, those complex problems. And I use that process to create the life cycle of a currency position, because we're not trying to solve the currency market. We can't do that. What is it that we're trying to solve? We're trying to solve from bid ask to exit. So the pressure of trying to do all that in real time, that's a real thing. But that's easily mitigated to making it a pressure of success when you have this organized pattern that I teach in my courses and in consulting work, the life cycle of a currency position, entry analysis, position management, and exit methodology. And those are sequential problems to solve rather than out of order problems that you can get involved in what I call a matrix conflagration of permutations. But we're trying to make the trading that we're doing simple. It's so difficult to make it simple because there's so much information. And so what I teach in my presentations is I teach information, but I only teach the relevant information. And as we progress in the training process, we add to that information, but we only add to the buckets of the relevant information. So I only have 6 major terms that we need to know to be able to understand what the currency market is. Each one of those terms could have between 5 and 20 subtopics to it. You could talk about price, and then you can have subtopics of a buy price or a sell price or a price that's in a trend or all those other kinds of things. But once you understand price, all the rest of the stuff makes sense because you're kind of defining price with all these more information. But you're starting with relevant information, a node of information, as we'd call it in math, a node of information that's key, and then you hang other nodes off of that. So if you're looking at price, and then you're saying price is moving in a trend or price is moving in a chop, you have 2 separate nodes from there. But because you're dealing with price, you understand trend and you understand chop, or you learn those things. And then you go on to the more complex issues of creating nodes off of trending, how to deal with that, nodes off of chop or range-bound price action, and solving that. That's good educational process. It can be very slow to go through that if the goal that you're looking for is enormous. But as the saying goes, the longest of journeys begins with the first step. And so why make things complicated with too much information, even too much relevant information in the beginning of your trading? I hear from folks all the time with as much as 2 and 3 years of trading in the Forex market, and they're confused. They're not having the success that they feel they should be having for the time they spent and the study that they've done and the education that they've consumed. And so, we get together on a free conference call, and I say, well, what's your problem? The more inexperienced traders won't really know what their problem is. So they'll say, well, I keep getting stopped out, or I don't know where to set my stop, or how do you pick a profit target or define a resistance level, or what do you do with a Bollinger Band? Those are indicative of the inexperience that someone has. They're in this morass, this mosh pit of information, and they don't know what to pick from. So they just reach in and grab something. They go, oh, I need to know this because I don't know it. Well, no, you don't. The more experienced trader will say, gee, and they'll outline a scenario. Oh, okay, I get where you're at. Have you tried this? And they'll go, no, well, yeah, I did, but it didn't work. Well, did you do it this way? Well, no. Well, why don't you try that? And that's a free call to chat with me or an email. And that's fine. I'm not going to try to sell you a course. I don't care. If I work with a couple of people a month, that's fine. I'm not looking to work with 200 people or 400 people because it's my time that I'm taking. I'm consulting. I'm an educator. And you can't have education without a teacher or a mentor. You can't go into an algebra class and get handed the textbook and say, read this, do the work, and come back in 3 months, and you could take the test. And do you think you're going to pass? If you don't know algebra or have never taken algebra before, you've taken a history class. Somebody hands you the history book, all 500 pages of it. Come back at the end of the semester, and after reading that and take the test, are you going to be successful? No. You need a teacher there so that they can respond in real time to your questions. And that's the function that I feel is missing from the educational process in currency trading and why so many people fail. I could create an ordered learning process for the person. And what happens is I'll get somebody, a couple of weeks into working with them, and they go, oh, I already know that. That's simple. Well, yeah, you already knew that. I'm not teaching anything new. I'm ordering it for you so that it makes sense. And once it's ordered for you and it makes sense, it seems like you already knew that. And what need do you have for me? But you weren't successful before because you didn't know how to order you didn't know what the relevant information was. You didn't know how to order it correctly. So you didn't know the what. You didn't know the how to use the information. And you certainly didn't know the when, because who's teaching you the when part? And how do you define the when? If you don't know that, I don't know how you're going to be a successful Forex trader. And like I said, the statistics put it at 90% against you. What are you going to do when you fail in Forex? You're going to go to crypto, which is even more bizarre. You're going to go into penny stocks. You're going to go into commodities or something like that. The fact of the matter is that whichever one of those that you go into and fail, what gives you the thought that if it's the Forex market is rigged? I hear that all the time. Oh, the Forex market's a scam. Really? That's probably one of the stupidest comments I've heard, unless it comes from somebody who just doesn't know the Forex market and wants to be the big wheel, and they throw a comment like that at me. Oh, Forex is a scam. Like they're fucking smarter than I am about what the Forex market is all about, and they're the big wheel. I don't have time. You're too stupid to argue with if you make comments like that. But if you are really working at maybe penny stocks or something, and you fail at that, what makes you think that if you're going to go to currencies or crypto or long-term stock investment or trading old tires, or what makes you think you're going to be successful there? What's the process that we're all involved in the financial markets? It's trading. You have to learn how to trade. What is the trading based on? It's based on having the correct education that shows you how to create a trading plan. A trading plan is not some stupid thing that's unnecessary for your trading, any more so than you need a paintbrush in order to do oil painting. It's a tool, not something to drag you down in your time. And a trading plan consists of three major components, or when I work with somebody, I show them the three major components of a trading plan and how they function, how they tie together, and how one part leads to the next, so that the trading plan as a whole contains your trading process. And those things that are in the trading plan are the principles. Process is built on a series of principles into what I call process-oriented trading, which is really called process-oriented learning in the education space. These things don't change. But if you don't have experience with that, and if you don't have experience then with building these pieces and solving these problems, it's going to be very difficult for you to figure out of the complexity of the Forex market how to do anything, because there's so much information and there's so many people throwing shit against the wall, engulfing candle patterns, stochastics, RSI, trade the trend, you do this, you short-term trade, long-term trade. It's mind-boggling. And that kind of environment cost me $40,000 when I opened my first large account with $45,000. I lost $40,000 of it very quickly. And I had been studying the currency markets from 2007 since that debacle in 2017, 2018. I had been studying the market, doing computer simulations. I mean, I was a real estate investor and a software engineer during that period. I didn't do currency trading to trade or currency study to trade. I was doing it as an academic exercise until I started to sell off my real estate portfolio and retired from my software engineering. I thought, well, I'll just try this trading thing. As I said many times, I tried a couple of mini lots in, I think it's 2012, and lost that money right away, a couple of $1,000. So I'll try it again. I must have done something stupid. And I lost that couple of $1,000, too many lots in a relatively short period of time. So from 2012, I must need more education. And so I traded in demo. I was consumed with trading in demo to figure this stuff out from 2012 to 2017, 2018, something like that, when I opened this $45,000 account. Because I thought I had it all down. I had read all the books. I'd taken courses, the whole thing. Not courses with a mentor, but courses that you've taken before. You flop open the manual on your desk, or you're an online course or something like that, and you're listening to videos like this that don't help you because you can't talk to me in real time and get an answer. That's why I encourage people to email me, hey, I got this question for you. Can we chat about it? Yeah, let's do that. No charge. And then you, if that solves your problem, I helped you out, fine. I'm good with that. But if you want to learn the process of trading and you want to learn how to replace your job income instead of approaching it as a hobby, there's some questions I want to ask you about your seriousness and what your financial condition is. Are you going to be able to come up with enough money to make enough money from your trading to have a significant impact on your job income? Because if you don't have the money, you can't make money. You need money to make money. You know, I'm sorry if you think that you're watching these guys that are trading a $10,000 account at 400 to 1 or 500 to 1 or something like that, and they're trading at $500 a pip or $200 a pip on a $4,000 or $5,000 account, they're gone. Or you're gone. They may be able to do it, and I've gone over this before in other videos. I'm not going to bore you with that, but they didn't undergo the correct educational process. So even though they're success and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, they can't teach you. They can't teach you how to do it because it's like they've gone through the maple syrup that you can't look back and figure out where you came from because it's all closed in around you. And that's why as an educator, I was able to step back from that $40,000 loss and say, wait a minute, the education that I've consumed must be wrong. All the stuff that I did that I thought was trading must be wrong. And I figured out that I was solving the wrong problem and then when I figured out what the problem was, I was able to create that life cycle of a currency position. This is back in, again, in 2017, 2018. Came up with the rules. I took my remaining $5,000 that I had, and I almost doubled that. I was within $200 of doubling that in about 4 months, 4.5 months. And I said, oh, okay, I got this. Let me up the ante a little bit, and I'll put another $10,000 in. So I had $20,000 in the account. And I traded that for a while, traded a couple of lots. That was good. I put another 50 into it because I had the confidence that I wasn't going to do whatever it was that I did in losing the 40,000 to have that happen again. The process of starting over again with a mentor, a teacher, so that they can give you the relevant information, order that relevant information correctly into sequential order, create nodes of problems which are sequentially ordered, and then apply conditions to those problems that are also sequentially ordered, makes the entire solution set simple. Do you like simple? Well, what you've probably been doing is not simple. It's not ordered. It's not organized. It's, I'm sorry, throwing shit against the wall and hoping something works. And when it does work, you try it again. And that works for a while, but then it doesn't work. So you go and you try something else until that doesn't work. And you're going around. I just got an email a few days ago from someone that's involved in that exact same cesspool world journal thing. And I said, you got to put a stop to it. You got to throw it all out. You got to start over again. And he's asking me all these questions. The questions are all over the place. I said, it's not going to do any good to answer these questions because I answered one of your questions and you got 3 other questions that come back. But you're asking me the same question because you don't understand what the answer was. He didn't want to hear that. So I haven't heard from him since. But there's a lot of folks out there. You know, I don't have a very big viewer audience or subscription level because I don't have the secret sauce. I have work for you to do. I can organize it in as simple a manner as possible. It's a 4 to 6 week, or it's a 6 to 8 week program. Try to do it in 6 weeks. It's fast. It doesn't take a long time. Why should it take a long time to learn such a simple thing as hitting bid ask? Tell me where the complexity in that is. Tell me what the problem is. I've identified the problem, and there's 3 of them. Entry analysis, position management, and exit methodology. That's what they are. How do you apply that? You apply them in the sequential order I just stated them in. Well, when do you do that? Well, that might be the secret sauce. But you have to be willing to throw out what you know, because what you know may be right, but it's in such a mess that you can't make it right. Or maybe you don't want to do day trading. I teach day trading because that way you can make an awful lot of mistakes in a very short period of time. If you're down on the 5-minute chart, you've got 12 decisions an hour. You're working a job. The most you're going to be able to trade is a couple hours a day. That's 24 decisions that you have potentially to make as to whether you're going to take a trade or not, or you're going to take your 3rd trade or your 5th trade or just one trade. That's what you can do on a day trading basis. And as Jesse Livermore said, the more you learn what not to do by losing, the more you learn what to do. And once you know what to do, you're all set. And so the process has to be good, and you have to have somebody there that can answer your questions in real time, because everybody's question, when they're intelligently analyzing the material, is going to be a little bit different. You can't just say, oh, somebody asked me a question about this, and here's the bleh answer. Because how I would respond to that to a 50-year-old is going to be vastly different than how I might respond to a 24-year-old. Oh, Peter, why would that be the case? I don't know. If you're asking that question, you probably shouldn't be doing currency trading. Currency trading is simple. We complicate it because of the hope, fear, and greed that we have. And we're always going to have that hope, fear, and greed. I'm in a negative position right now because of hope, fear, and greed. It creeps in and it grabs you. The key to the thing is not to have a risk of ruin event caused by that. You have to be able to go, oh man, I've been really stupid. I've lost 4 times as much money as I usually gain. I'm out. That doesn't prevent you from that loss, perhaps, but it does get you out before that 4-time your win loss becomes a 10xer or a planet killer or a risk of ruin. You can't survive that. You can survive a big loss in currency market because the rules provide you a win-to-loss ratio and all the other metrics that we have to have the confidence to look at your metrics and say, I can come back from that. Whereas if you don't know what you're doing and you make a big loss, you bemoan the fact that, oh, you're so stupid and blah, 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 and the Forex market is rigged, and off you go to penny stocks or something. Trust me, it's simple. You can make it simple if you have the background like I do. I've got a bachelor's degree in physics, almost a minor in math, over 30 years as a software engineer, senior software engineer. I've got the background to solve problems. I've been in the martial arts for over 50 years. I've taught thousands of students important stuff, how to save their lives. This is just money. But because of the educational process that I am aware of and can use, I bring that to bear in the currency market. Now, you may end up being a better trader than I am. You may make more money than I do. That's fine. It doesn't matter. But I have the ability to coach and to teach you to get better. And I'm as good as I need to be to do what I'm doing at 75 years of age at this point in 2025, to be a currency trader and have the skills to be able to help other traders. That's what I did in martial arts for 50 years, over 50 years. I'm still in it. I'm 56 or 7 years right now in martial arts, I think. I don't know. I don't keep track of it. If you are under pressure in your Forex trading, bear in mind that you're the one that's creating that pressure, and most likely because of hope, fear, and greed. Maybe you need a different view of what you're doing. Maybe you need a different way of learning this stuff. If that's the way you feel, if you can kind of see that you're not having the success that you should be having because of all of that I just said, well, send me an email. It's not going to cost you anything. We'll just chat a little bit. If you want to have a video conference, we'll get together, we'll have a video conference, no charge. If you want to talk about the training and the coursework that I have, I can lay all that out for you. There's no secrets in this stuff. I'll lay it right out for you. This is what we do. If that makes sense to you, great. If it doesn't make sense to you, great. At least you have expanded your view of the educational field that's out there, and you have what my view of that happens to be, for whatever that's worth. And now I need a cup of coffee because it's, well, it's almost time to go out and haul some wood in for the wood stove, because we had a little bit of snow again last night and it's cold. Peter Rose, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.